Welcome to the What Hip Hop Questions, Legends, and Lists. I'm Nyla Simone.
And I'm the man that puts Jux in juxtaposition, Mouse Jones.
Welcome to the What Hip Hop Questions, Legends, and Lists. And helping us through this is our producers, Darren, a.k.a. D-Block, and A. King.
Yeah, wow, you put some umph on it.
Yeah, you know, I got to show everybody love. So, welcome back to our podcast. Today we have a great guest on our show.
That's right, the creator of the iconic video show, one of the shows which is the reason why I'm in this industry now, Video Music Box. Please check out, in the meantime, in between time, please check out the documentary on his creation on Showtime. And the man who has directed some of the most amazing videos hip hop has ever seen, like Cream, Nas, It Ain't Hard to Tell. We have the legend himself. I'm gonna call him Uncle because that's what I met him as. Uncle Ralph McDaniels. Welcome to the What?
Thank you, Nyla. Thank you, Mouse. You know, you gave me a cosign with somebody. I don't know where we was at one day, or somebody from Spotify. Said, "Yo, take care of that man," and I'll never forget that, bro.
You took care of me. You took care of me. You never met me. You took care of me. I'm telling you, there's a bunch of guys, and I've been blessed to be in this predicament, blessed in this opportunity, right? Like I've told it to A King a bunch of times. Like I'm in relation with the legends. I'm in relation with the guys that I sat in front of the TV watching.
Yeah.
Like we just got to talk. I grew up on Long Island. Everybody think I'm from Brooklyn. I grew up on Long Island.
Yeah.
When we finally got the public access channel to be able to see Video Music Box, I would just sit in front of the TV like yo, I cannot wait. Seeing you in the club. Like I never, like it was like the marriage of, like you would hear back in the day, like now you work at radio, so like back in the day, they would do live broadcasts from the club.
Yep.
They'd be like, "Oh, we at the Palladium tonight." You'd be like, "Yo, I can't wait to get home." But I wouldn't see it.
Right.
Seeing it on a Video Music Box every week, like Uncle Ralph in the spot, like you're like, "Oh my God, when I get there,
Right.
you niggas better be ready. I'm gonna be 18 and ready." And then New York lifestyle, New York life, nightlife was dead by the time I turned 18.
Yes.
Right, it was all foggy, smoky.
Yeah, it was everybody just standing around looking at each other. It's like, this is not how I looked at a Video Music Box. But welcome to the What. Thank you for taking time out your day to chop it up with us.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Thank you, man. You know, I'm a music video head, so we was talking music video, but I'll wait.
No,
let's get right
listen,
into it.
let's jump right into it. We're all in agreement here.
Kendrick Lamar.
The greatest video, literally the greatest video I've ever seen.
Amazing.
Now, you've seen way more videos than I've probably ever will see.
Hey, look, I look at it like this. You know, it reminded me, and I think when I first came in, said it's kind of Michael Jackson. I said, whoa.
I said that. I said it reminded me of what it must have felt like when Michael Jackson dropped the video.
Yes, and so, but it does. And, you know, and more importantly to me is that the song, you know, is amazing. Like sometimes it's a great video and the song's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Song, you know, vice versa. But this case, it matched. And, you know, the, what they call it, intelligent, whatever they do that makes these faces and change all that kind of say, yes. Is amazing.
Oh, you talking about AI.
AI, right. And it's a great way of doing something real simple. And I mean, you know, it's only fitting that Kendrick take it there. You know, he's the artist that I feel like could have took it there lyrically from his heart and you know, and
no pun intended.
Right. And from you know, the audience gets it, you know, like we need this.
Yep.
You know,
he's the necessary balance.
Yeah.
He's the necessary balance. And it's, I guess, I don't know, maybe it puts too much pressure on him as a human, as an artist and all this stuff. But for Kendrick to just, Kendrick's very existence in a space is like the balance, right? Like, which it shouldn't have to be, right? And kind of like to what Barry was saying when he was on our episode before, kind of like, he kind of like doesn't appreciate when like the artist of substance takes so long to come out.
Yeah.
That stuff takes a while to build, right? Like, it's not microwavable, so.
And not everybody around you in the industry gets it. You know, so when you go and like, I'm gonna put this out now, everybody's looking at you like, you know, oh man, this is gonna be this is work. And it shouldn't be, but that's what happens when a Kendrick comes up and goes, look, this is what I wanna do, and I'm not doing nothing else but this. This is going to be it, And so the industry has to now adapt. Okay, how do we fit this in? How do we stop everything? Kind of do a Moses and pause for him and open the rivers so that Kendrick, because it is important. So you got to find the right time to do that, and all of these other things that go along. It shouldn't be. It should be organic. It should be able to get out and people just jump. I mean, Kanye does it all the time, right? He just does whatever tomorrow. So Kendrick, don't be afraid, bro. Just keep it coming. Keep it coming.
I like the fact that Kendrick's like undefeated. Yeah. I like that, and I like it. I like that he. It's kind of like what people said Floyd Mayweather did towards the end of his run, where they were like, "Oh, he's just picking fights that he know he could win, so he can stay undefeated." I'm fine with that. If the goal is to stay undefeated, I'm fine with that. Kendrick has not disappointed me, not once, since the day I discovered Overly Dedicated to now. He's not disappointed me once.
Yeah. I think with Kendrick, he raises the bar and he pushes the pin every time he drops in the culture. And not to mention, it's not just like with the music. It's always with the visuals. You know what I'm saying? Like, his visuals are always crazy because his last project, Damn, Humble was a moment. It broke the internet with that. And then he just dropped this. This broke the internet. It's like with Kendrick, he uses different levels of art for expression. It's not just the music. And I think that's what makes it Kendrick Lamar and then everybody else. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I love this video, man. I'm super excited for the project on Friday.
I'm an old head, so I like the sample.
Yeah.
Yo, we didn't even talk about the sample. The sample is nuts. When he said, drop the drums, I said, what's he about to do? You just hear that boom, 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 boom. You just hear that real wet, funky bass of boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. And he comes in and oh my God. Like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to just listen to the song without seeing the video, just because I seen the video first. And like I said before, it's like performance art. Like the fact that he's ticking as if something is jumping into him every time the face morphs. And it's like, so like, obviously we'll never get that first time back of seeing the video, but like, seeing those first couple face morphs.
I heard the song first and then the video. And when I heard the song first, I'm like, this is just a lot. Like, I don't really know what's going on. Like, I got to pull up the lyrics. Yeah. Then they're like, yo, watch the video. Then I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, okay.
Because when that last face morph, I didn't see it coming. I knew a face morph was coming because he was doing the tick thing. And I'm like, okay, well, who's next? And then because of who the first three were, you're like, oh, it's probably going to be something almost funny. And then, boom, it's Kobe. Boom,
it's Nip. Yeah.
And I'm like, keep it down.
I think I'm like you. We were discussing this, is like the Jesse part. I kind of get, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't get it at all. So I'm just waiting for Kendrick. I'm waiting, or somebody from one of these deep ass, smart ass podcasts. I guess that's supposed to be us. Yeah, we're failing that one because I don't know. But let's talk to you for a minute.
Yes.
Before we get into talk to you about what you're here for, we got to there was no way you would come on the show and I not pay homage. I've been waiting to do this for years. So,
man, look.
We got to talk about your baby, the creation, Video Music Box, where it's at and where it's heralded today.
Yes.
When the first time you and your man put this out.
Yeah.
V-Roy is his name. Lionel.
Yeah.
Did y'all know, or did y'all have any clue?
We had no clue. We knew that we loved music. We knew that I went to school for TV, and I worked at this little TV station, and I looked at it, said PBS on it, and I said, what does that mean? And like public broadcasting. I said, I don't see no black people on here. That's the public. How can we get this on? And so they were like, oh, okay. We'll give you some time. And that's what we did. We put it on, and then all of a sudden people started showing up at my door with their video, or they rapped, or they sang, or they danced. And I was like, all right, I wanted to get everybody on. Like, come on, everybody, get on. And that's how it started. And by word of mouth, it became this successful show, which played music videos, which was really the main part of it, was to get the new videos. Yeah.
So you guys didn't have any measuring stick at the time, right? Like now, me and Nyla come out with the what, and we're like, all right, well, we know we want to not be this or be similar to this, or we want to break through this. You didn't have any of that. So what was the internal gauge for like what success would look like?
Well, in my documentary, I said I was on the train, and I was living in Flatbush, Brooklyn at the time, and these dudes were grilling me, and I was like, okay, let me brace myself for what was about to happen. Yeah. If I could just get to the next stop, I'm good, And they were like, yo, you the dude on the show? Because they only knew I don't know, maybe I didn't even show myself that much. I don't even know how they knew. And I was like, on what show? And they was like, the guy who plays the videos. I said, yeah, that's me. They were like, yo, we like that shit, son. And I was like, you know, because it was like 5, 6 stops, and you know, and it was like 5 of them, and they was all like, just like I'm like, what? I'm not even that fly. I don't have no chain.
Right. What are you taking off of me? Leave me alone.
And that's how we gauged it. Also, so these niggas know.
Yeah.
We hot.
Yeah. So what is it like? So for going for that, what is it like when, you know, the labels come in and now they give
Labels
you the
messed it up. I mean, I shouldn't say that. There's a few that were really good because back then you had independent hip hop labels that really weren't on a major level like that. So Sony and Warner Brothers and Universal and all them type of people wasn't involved yet.
Yeah.
It was just small labels. So they were like, yo, Ralph. And I knew some of them. You know, I knew them I was a DJ too. Some of them were DJs. Some of them were guys like Andre Harrell, Russell Simmons. I grew up in Queens. Russell was a promoter. He would come and bring me records. Yo, Ralph, he played this record for me. I'm like, all right, now he got Def Jam.
Right.
You know, so I knew some of them. So that part of it was cool. When the major labels started getting involved in the 90s and it became the shiny suit era, that's when it all went left to me.
Yeah.
But it still continued to move on, and it needed to make that, you know, that transition to get to where we are today, which I'm not a hater on any kind of music. I tell the old heads who hate on these young artists, like, we went through the same thing, bro. So how can you hate on an artist right now? You just not hanging out in the club. If you go to the club and you go where they at and you be in the environment that they be in,
you're going to jail because while you're old ass in the club, sir, anyone that's been decades
might not need to be there.
Somebody that's been decades in the club. You've been partying since the 80s. Hang it up, pops.
Right. Well, you know, I don't like to go, but I did one time go.
No, if you go, obviously you go to celebrate something. I'll be like, oh man, I gotta go to. When I'm like 56, I'm like, oh man, I gotta go there and see these little niggas. All right, man. Every week.
Be like, hey, girlfriend.
Yeah, every week. But now I'm scared. How do you even talk to these women? How do you even talk to these women at that age?
No, don't.
I'm sorry.
You don't know
you're good.
You don't know nothing about this. you know, you too old to be in the club when the DJ says, yo, we gotta take it back to the old school. And you're like, nigga, that's not old school. Whatever my dad said, I'm like, Dad, don't go. Wherever you was at, don't go back there. If they playing shit and you like, this not old school, It's not for you, Dad. This is old school to the kids that are listening. So let's jump into the topic. Let's just jump while we're here.
Which borough?
Yeah, we want to talk about, to you. You're almost like the medium. You're like the person that every borough, one of the many people every borough had to come through to get validated in this. So we're gonna look at New York's impact on hip hop and ask you in the audience the question: which borough had the most impact on hip hop?
Oh, it'd have to be the Bronx because that's where it started at. So, you know, that's where the eye of hip hop. Now, I'm not just talking about music. I'm talking about everything, the culture.
The culture, the five
somebody
principles.
didn't say this is what it is.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be doing it.
But you think because somebody started it I don't think that necessarily means it just goes to them. When you're talking impact.
We said the most impact. That was the question, right? Mm-hmm. So now, if you said who was the most successful or who, I definitely would look at it as Queens thing. You know, I'm a Queens guy. I mean, I'm a Brooklyn Queens guy. But overall, sorry, Bronxies.
The ghost of somebody just said something.
Funny right now. But I feel like Queens, the influence and the amount of people that they have put out and the success that they've had has been overwhelmingly crazy, you know. And not just the hip hop artists, you know, like a guy like DJ Clue, who was the first to, you know, really put this whole CD thing and you could skip to the song that you wanted to go to instead of listening to the whole mix. Like Clue, come on. And I feel like he's like underrated, like he talks on the radio now and I'm like, this dude is something else. This guy is another person, you know, but you know, it's just kind of like that's the way hip hop is and that's the way.
We had Clue on here a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yeah, we did.
Dude,
and it still feels like it's like this weird thing going on Clue where it's like he knows, but then he operates like he doesn't know.
Right. I'm gonna cut it
but
out.
Nigga, you know how important you are.
Like,
but he just has this like calm.
He's so humble, man.
Yeah, like he doesn't try and ruffle feathers. I'm like, wait, what the? If I was you, I'd be ruffling all the fucking feathers.
You know what it is that nobody wants to be put in a legendary status anymore. Nobody wants to be an old school cat. Like legendary almost means like you're old.
Legendary, like kind of like put him out to pasture at this
Right,
point. Yeah.
and I don't think that that's whatever's going to happen to Clue. I don't believe that. I believe that, you know, you have to, right now, you have to recognize people right this second. You know, you have to recognize what we're doing right now because I don't know what's going to happen next week. I don't know what happened yesterday. I really don't care about what happened yesterday, but I know right now, in this moment right now, we're talking about this. And this is all that counts because there's somebody watching this right this second. And hopefully this will be able to watch this 20 years from now, and that'll be fine.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. So you're giving it to the Bronx just off of because there is no hip hop without them.
From an impact level, yeah.
From an impact level, I'm giving it to the Bronx.
So personally, I was like, I would give it to Queens or Brooklyn.
Okay.
Like,
why?
and I would just give it to Queens or Brooklyn because I just feel like the movements were bigger, like Tribe Called Quest, Run DMC, Salt and Pepper. Like Queens and Brooklyn had people that I wanted to be like, or like I admired, where the Bronx necessarily didn't really have that. But I would say like today, currently, I would give it to the Bronx just because of Cardi B.
I understand, but if it wasn't for the Bronx,
Probably wouldn't be going on. So tell me where you from. Oh, Crown Baby. We get down, baby. For the Crown Baby.
I know. Okay.
Yeah, nobody's going to believe
I guess when people talk about the Bronx, Ralph, they talk about the DJing has really started in the Bronx. Like,
yeah, the DJ, the idea of the whole attitude of hip hop, like a b-boy, like the why we can dress like how we dress right now, and we're not wearing jackets and a skirt in here. That whole idea, you know, like when I went to a record company first time with Russell Simmons, I had like, you know, some slacks and some hard bottoms on. You know, I'm thinking like we're going to a record company, this is a business, and Russell had on jeans and Adidas and his hat to the back. And I'm like, you can go there like that? And I walked in and everybody looked like me, had a slacks on, and Russell was like, yo, you know, this is that shit, bro, da-da-da-da. And they were like, we love it, yes. And every week he came back, they loved Russell, and I was like, so you don't have to look like them for them to like you?
He was a disruptor.
Right. And that's what the Bronx gave him.
The disruption.
Gave him, right, the disruption. Because you had, first time I saw a b-boy and had his big fat laces on the deal. Where do you even get those laces?
Right.
You know? Like,
right.
That whole idea of where do you get that? You know, like you wearing some shit right now. I'm like, where did he get that? 1977, that's some dope shit. Where did he get that?
Fear God.
I'm sorry.
Mifflin, black on pants. Let's talk about that. Black on fit.
But that's always been hip hop. You know, like you look at somebody and somebody's looking at you same way. Like, all right.
So if we're not gonna do it based off off of impact, and we're doing it on, I guess, legacy, which borough would you go with? Like,
off of legacy.
Yeah, like which borough has the strongest
Is
legacy?
Brooklyn in the house?
Oh, yeah, Brooklyn is very proud. So legacy is a different kind of thing to me. You that Biggie and that Jay, and you know, even groups like Houdini from back in the days, like it was just a different cloth, you know. So that I would go with Brooklyn. Yeah. You
got Hov, Biggie, Kim.
Yeah.
Fab,
Kim
Foxy.
changed the language. Kim changed the language. When you first heard Little Kim speak, no woman was talking like that. That language. I looked at her like, are you kidding me? Did you just say that? And she was like, fuck yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do Brooklyn over Queens?
Yeah.
The legacy.
Cause Queens got Nicki, Clue, Run DMC, Tribe, Nas.
Yeah, but if you got Clue, then
It's
you
a
got Clue,
different
you gotta put Clue against C. Because if you got Clue, then you got C.
It's a different type of.
I'm obviously going with Clue over
I
C,
know.
but
Well, look here.
Queens, Brooklyn don't care if they don't make no money, but you're gonna remember them. It's a different type of mindset. To me,
okay.
Queens, I'm with you on Queens. I'm with you, but Brooklyn, whoever was the first to give somebody $150 was a nigga in Brooklyn.
That's a valid point. That nigga didn't even do it in Brooklyn. He did it upstate.
I'm sorry, but that's Brooklyn. You know,
I think Brooklyn is responsible for. I think all right. So, and this is just me, right? Obviously, a child, but obviously the Bronx created it. Queens gave it the flair, but Brooklyn is what gave hip hop the spirit. The Brooklyn gave hip hop that gully, that oh, something could happen to me out here, which then influenced, in my opinion, influenced where you get gangster rap in LA. Because now they're like, oh, them niggas in Brooklyn or what they doing over there, we could do over here. But that's only once you allow these guys to really begin to allow their art to represent their life.
Okay. So let's pick top threes from Brooklyn and Queens and compare movements.
I like that.
So who's the three from Brooklyn you guys want to go with?
Hove, Big, Kim.
Okay. And then I'm going to go with Nas. Well, no, I'm going to go with 50, Nicki.
Nas.
Whoa!
It's either
you are leading the witness.
It's either Nas or Tribe, and the only reason why I'm torn
No, I just
between
need you
going
to
with
pick
Nas
one.
or Tribe is because both of them got mad sons.
I just need you to pick one.
Like I don't know who.
You see me, we said our three.
Well, no, I know you want to go with Tribe. I know what you want to do.
Wow, how you do that?
Look at the smile on her face.
You know
So
what?
you're
No,
going.
No,
So you're going fifth.
I'm gonna do fifth Nicki and Nas. I'll do fifth Nicki and Nas.
That's first of all the fact that you went with Nas. It doesn't have any.
Honestly, we could do Ja Rule too. Ja Rule, like
You don't want to do that.
LL. I mean, Queens has variety.
LL is a big,
too.
but LL is a bigger like.
Queens.
You
has-
remember what we was talking about last week? We was talking about rappers who turn pop stars.
Yeah.
But versus pop stars who rap. LL is a rapper who turned into a pop star.
Yeah.
So I think when he turned to a pop star, a lot of things bigger than music was the focus, or was why we grew to love him, right? I don't know if we just say catalog musically, I don't think you would say LL over 50. You would say LL over Nas or LL over Nicki.
right. Oh,
Or Tribe for that instance.
The interesting thing I think about when you look at these two boroughs is that everybody from Brooklyn always reps Brooklyn,
Right.
whereas Queens artists they rep a little bit, but
They do
it doesn't
rep
seem
Queens.
as much as a pride.
It's a different type of pride. It's a
Nicki
little bit
definitely
more-
went hard with Queens. Nas definitely went hard with Queens.
Queensbridge.
LL too. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's just normal for all artists to rep where
Brooklyn
they're
is
from.
is a little bit more passion about it.
I think
Yeah.
it's just Biggie got spread love is the Brooklyn way. I think that just became
That's
the
what it was.
slogan,
Had nothing to do with him putting an entire coast on his back.
I think it's just that
Had nothing to do
slogan.
with
It's
that.
just really catchy. You know, I'm not even from Brooklyn, but I like that. Like spread love is the Brooklyn way.
The Moet
Before
and
that,
Alizé
it was
keep me
before that.
pissy.
We
Before
felt like
that?
Yeah, we felt like that before Big. You know, it was just when. It's like, okay, I'll tell you about this place. See, I'm gonna go old head story.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
There was
I'm
this
so
place
happy.
called the Latin Quarter, right? It was
Oh, I know about the Latin Quarter, yeah.
legendary Latin Quarters. There's books out about it. Big up to everybody whoever went to the Latin Quarter. It's only open for 2 years. But everybody in the industry used to go there, all from wherever, from Jersey, from Queens, from Bronx, wherever, you was there. And when Brooklyn came there, Fort Greene specifically, back then, it was notorious somebody's getting robbed. And every rapper who had their chain out was like this. Your hardest rapper was putting their chain in. And that's how Brooklyn had such an impact on the culture. So everybody used to say, this is before Biggie and this is in the 80s. Oh, man. Brooklyn cats is too hard. They just doing too much. And if you were from Brooklyn, you wanted to roll with those cats so you could get the cosign so that when you came in the building, you looked like that was you, but it really wasn't you. That was just the street taking hip hop people's stuff. And that happened every day, every Saturday, every Sunday. I'm sorry, Latin Quarter was Sunday night.
My dad talks about. It's funny that you just said it was only open for 2 years, because the way my dad talks, I'm like,
Yo,
how many years y'all went there?
Angie talks about Latin Quarters all the
For
time.
it to only
man.
be
Like-
open for 2 years. So my dad always talks about the first time he seen Boogie Down Productions. And he talks about KRS-One being at Latin Quarters on the stage, and it's like the lights go and like Boogie Down Productions. And he tells the story the same way. Productions.
We'll
Don't
always
get paid. He says the lights go over here. They'll take the brightest song and make it better. And my dad goes straight, criminal minded, you've been blinded, looking for a sound like mine, you can't.
Can't
He goes
find
crazy before, and I'm like, so when you just told me it was over for 2 years, I'm like, Dad, you You needed a life.
2
You
years.
was in the club every Sunday?
Yeah.
Every Sunday?
Somebody got robbed every Sunday.
That's fine.
But all right, but I'm talking about like music legacy and
But that's
movements.
part of the
I think that Brooklyn,
Somebody got Young MC under Queens?
y'all three versus.
You feel strong about that?
He's from Queens, I think.
No, I'm just saying that's what y'all want to put on y'all list. There was Matt. You could have put Jungle on the list before Young MC.
Jay-Z, Biggie, Kim
Just
versus,
stop right there. Just stop right there.
versus 50, Nicki, Nas.
Jay-Z, Biggie, and Kim.
Yeah.
Easy, and it's an easy one. It's an easy one. They're running shop. It's a Boston.
I don't think you guys really remember when 50 Cent dropped.
Oh no,
The
we remember. The world stopped.
I mean, like that for even the new generation of like hip hop fans, like 50 Cent is in everybody's top.
Yes.
50?
50's, hey, look, 50 is a boss.
Listen, I remember who introduced me to 50 Cent. Jay-Z. I'm about $1. Who the fuck is 50 Cent? I said, I don't know who is 50 Cent. Now, who is this guy keeps talking about? That's how I found out about G in the radio. I was like, oh yeah.
Well, we haven't talked about.
You know why
Uptown.
Wu-Tang is so good? Because half the group's from Brooklyn.
Oh shit.
Bang.
Oh shit.
Bang.
Sorry, Staten Island.
Nah.
Nah.
I understand.
Make sure, hey,
Like
King,
that.
that's the clip right there, hey, King. Clip that. That's well, D Block does make a good point. He says we didn't talk about Uptown, but that's the reason because we said boroughs, and Harlem's not a borough. It's a neighborhood
Manhattan-
within a borough.
Harlem's part of Manhattan, so
But yeah, I mean, yeah, you'd be a fool not to, acknowledge
I
what
thought
that.
Diddy was from upstate,
He's from Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon. So why he on the list for Manhattan?
Because he's from it's like
He's
he's
not,
from Harlem,
though.
Mount Vernon.
Harlem adjacent, kind of.
He gets Harlem because I think his mom, his dad, and
His pops from Harlem.
Yeah.
His pops and Ferg's pops.
It don't really work like that though.
I mean,
Like,
if the neighbor,
my family from Florida. I'm not from.
but if the
Florida's not
neighborhood adopts
Jersey.
you, what could you do?
Diddy is from, and all of them, Diddy, Heavy D, like they're
Mount
from
Vernon.
up there.
I don't. What you want me to do? Harlem said he.
We
from
can't give him that.
Harlem
So,
said Diddy from
Mace-
Harlem.
We got Mace from Harlem. That's
Mace
that's
from
y'all one.
Camera.
Well, according to Cameron, Mace is not from Harlem. He's from the Bronx.
Oh shit.
According to Cameron.
Damn.
Cameron said anybody from Weeks Ave is from. the
Isn't
Bronx.
Rob Ace?
Easy.
Base, yes.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Go down. Because I feel like you're cheating
That's
this list a
Harlem.
little bit. Cameron, Mace, Kumo D.
Dougie Fresh.
Is it
And then
Slick
without
Rick?
Kumo
Oh,
D,
Dougie
we wouldn't
Fresh.
have Meg the Stallion.
Oh, shut the hell up.
Okay, we got.
We're gonna leave Megan alone, man.
You don't feel like Meg rap like
I'm not touching
you don't feel like Meg raps like reminiscent of the treacherous three guys. Like you don't feel like there should be like Megan in the three ponies, like
Stop.
Megan and the three cowgirls. I don't know, like
Oh Lord.
there's all right. It's
Oh,
me.
Slick Rick is from the Bronx.
Yeah.
I thought Slick Rick was from England.
Well,
Well, he is.
I thought, but
always Moni Love, but
I thought
Moni Love
Moni
is
Love.
too?
You never heard her speak?
No, I did not know she's from England.
She speak like this.
I just know. Mr.
Jamaican.
Tell me what the trouble is. That's what I can get. So, dang, no idea. Okay, cool. The Bronx has it right now because of Cardi B.
I'm not gonna hold you. Cardi B makes this whole. She breaks this whole list. She's as important to the Bronx and to New York as any other artist is to their.
Yeah.
Cardi definitely like.
If Cardi had a fire logo, she might be bigger than Wu-Tang.
Wow.
Oh.
Cardi.
If she had a fire logo, if you could see a logo and be like Cardi B, she would be bigger than Wu-Tang right now.
Cardi is a phenomenon that I don't think we'll ever see again.
Yeah.
Because she's a hustler. That's why I keep telling people. You know, when Hov would say, "I'm not a hustler. I'm not a rapper. I'm a hustler." Describes a rapper. No, that's Cardi.
Yeah.
Cardi is just choosing to sell music. Cardi is a saleswoman.
Right.
She can sell you whatever. She just decide when in the beginning she was selling us fit tea and like all the other Instagram girls, and then she got on TV and was in front of us, in front of millions. She said, "I'm gonna sell y'all music," and we have not stopped buying Cardi B since. We keep buying Cardi B.
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
my favorite thing to spend my money on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not that I subscribe to OnlyFans, but I'm just saying like money. Okay.
What is going on?
I'm just saying.
Okay, I agree with that. I agree with the Cardi statement.
Why are we talking about Jersey? That's not a borough.
Well, we could talk about Jersey for a minute, as far as like, you're from Long Island.
You don't got Queen Latifah on here.
Wow.
Oh yeah, no, we gotta have Queen Latifah. We gotta have Naughty by Nature. Oh, we got
We got everybody.
None.
If you don't like Queen Latifah, just say it. If you don't like Queen Latifah, just say it, D Block. You wanted to
love
be
Queen.
down with the game.
Queen gotta be on here.
You know, I feel like they don't get enough props. East Orange and Jersey City, they don't get the props. And you know, it's like right there. You know, it's like just a tunnel ride away, and they don't get the props that they should. So big up, Jersey. That whole Queen Latifah movement, it still continues. She's like the face of CBS TV. Her and LL. You know, like
I have no idea how she is selling us as an action hero.
right.
If you see these fight scenes, they take place.
I don't even watch it, but I know it's there.
Did you see The Irishman?
No.
So there's a scene in The Irishman where you could tell like that deep fake CGI thing, they did use that for like most of the movie. So like Rob De Niro looks mad young for most of the movie until there's a scene where he has to beat a guy up. It's the slowest ass whooping I've ever seen. And that's what it's like every week when Queen Latifah like is
Oh
in these
my
fight
gosh,
scenes. It's like
stop
mad
it.
slow. It's like
Hey, the Queen ain't doing all of that, bro.
Yeah. Big ups to Queen Latifah. She's definitely one of my favorite artists. Period. Just because of everything she's been able to accomplish. Like even like
Everything.
listening back to her albums, she was always like using jazz samples and stuff like that. Then she goes out and put her own jazz album out. Then she's acted. Like she's just done so much, and it's just really inspiring. Just the way she carried herself.
What would black cinema be without Cleo? Think about that.
Right.
Think about that. That you laugh. Cleo means a lot to black cinema, to cinema overall.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Because when she went out, boy, I was sad.
There's a lot of women in jail that really connected with her.
Really?
Hell,
Yo.
We need to talk about the suburbs of New York where Mouse is from.
yes, I'm from Long Island.
What
and,
makes a Long Island rapper, you think? What do you think?
Not sounding like you're from Long Island.
Yeah.
What?
That's the best way.
Public
Eric
Enemy?
B and Rakim, no one knew. It's the same way. I grew up 2 blocks away from Rakim's house. 2 blocks. My entire life, no one has ever believed I was from Long Island. I've always got asked every year in school, yo, where you from? Where you from? I got on the same school bus as you. No. My dad's from Brooklyn, obviously. I must resemble. So Rakim, he raps. Everybody thought he was from Uptown in the beginning, and he lets you know later on, not later on that album, on that first album, he lets you know he's from Long Island, from Wyandanch to be exact, but doesn't sound like he's from there. De La Soul, they don't sound like they're from Long Island. Like they're telling a different perspective. And then Public Enemy, you definitely didn't know you was gonna find that many pro-black people on Long Island.
I think De La Soul sounds like they're from Long Island to me.
I think they lost so out of anybody.
Who De La
Potholes
Soul?
in my lawn. I mean, you're not going to hear that in Brooklyn rap, you know.
No, I'm talking about their like what they're talking about.
Yeah, potholes in my lawn.
I mean, every New Yorker knows about potholes.
Not in their lawn.
But
Yeah.
wait. But Long Island has got projects too.
Yeah.
They don't understand
Yeah.
that.
Oh.
They don't understand that.
Oh.
They think
that,
they
Malcolm.
literally think Long Island like. So I just get tired of explaining to people. They don't.
You feel like Long Islanders have to overcompensate that they're not from the hood, right? Do you ever feel like that?
I never had to do it because nobody ever believes I'm from Long Island until I tell them. So I don't know. That would have to you'd have to ask somebody who like people see and be like
Yeah.
Long Island. Like literally, my A King will tell you like when me and A King first met, everybody thought I was from Brooklyn. Like I never get associated with that.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. I mean, once the jokes start, then it's like because I'm never gonna lie to you. I'm never gonna tell you I'm not. You ask me where I'm from, be like Long Island. Then that's when they're, oh, you got sidewalks. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yo, why do people go on
I
you
don't know.
for good things
I
in
don't know.
life? Like people be mad at you that
They want me to apologize for having something. I'm sorry.
No,
Like-
because or if you in hip hop or you in this whole culture, whatever it is, we supposed to have grown up on the 15th, 16th floor in the building. You know, that's the impression.
Which I would have rathered.
No,
I
bro,
would
you
rather
came
that-
from where you came from.
Nah, yeah, I like being from the suburbs.
I feel like
man.
there's so much culture. Well, my daddy kept me around it, but like that's why I'm with the way with my kids and like my little sisters like have no idea what the real world is like. Like growing up on Long Island is like growing up in like Smallville. Like you don't understand there's culture outside of the world until. So it's always so funny when I like bring my little sisters to Brooklyn, like bring them to my apartment. Their eyes are like,
Right.
I'm like, yeah, real life happens.
So Ralph,
Yeah.
you shot some Wu-Tang videos.
Yes.
So even that, like, Stapleton, Killer Hill, those areas are projects as well, right? Was it
Yes.
something for you to get used to as far as that Staten Island represented in this way?
Yeah. I mean, I heard about Park Hill, but I heard about, these places, but it wasn't until I went there that I saw that it was just like I was in Brownsville or East New York, in those areas. And so, and they didn't get along with each other. It was beef between those two projects, And so, yeah, it was definitely something new. And then, there's a big librarian community in the largest librarian community in the United States.
Like a lot of libraries?
Like, no,
No,
like from
Liberian.
Oh, you told me.
I was trying to clarify.
Liberian.
Cause I'm like,
I'm glad you
is
asked.
that where all the librarians, the librarian union, they get a good deal on houses out there?
People from Liberia.
Yeah.
And then there's that, which I was like, what is this? Like, where did that come from? So yeah, all of that was out there, and it's got its own little vibe. And then it's all Brooklyn, like ODB and Jizza and all them dudes. Before there was Wu-Tang and RZA too. They was in Brooklyn. And
Brooklyn
they just
Zoo.
brought all that over there.
I don't like that you refer to Yonkers as DMXville. I don't like the fact that you did that.
I'm just cutting and pasting, yo.
Well, I want you to cut it. Don't paste it back. Just cut it. But okay, we got Yonkers.
Wait, I wanted you to elaborate on like being in hip hop culture. Everybody expects you to be from the hood, but I think you don't have to be from the hood to be a part of the culture.
It's like being black, you have to be from the hood.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're
Or
right.
being
It
Puerto
is.
Rican. And like look at you like, so how was it? when you
Yeah,
was
it
over
is
there?
like I got
Over where?
sidewalks.
Like over where? But that was part of, and even doing my documentary, that's how the idea started, was to talk about a person like myself who I was in the hood all the time when I was going to parties and hanging out and doing whatever I was doing. But when I went home, I lived in a house. And
Yeah.
my parents worked, and they were like, we want you to go to college. And I was like, I don't want to go to college. No, you're going to go to college. So they, that whole thing was being forced on me. And I was like, all right, fine. And then I went to college and did whatever I did. But most people that met me, even from high school, I went to all-white high school because I played sports. Well, not because I played sports, but I went there because, this is what was going on. And I can remember, the white kids going like, oh, let me touch your afro. They wanted to feel my hair, and I was, like, so automatically you like,
Yo,
Yeah.
Uncle Ralph.
what
To
is
this
that?
day.
Uncle Ralph, keep it a buck. Did you like the white people touch your afro?
No.
Never.
Well, couple of the girls.
See, I knew it. Uncle Ralph sold us out for some baloney pussy.
You
God.
like this, like, and you just looking to see their reaction.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No.
Sorry.
What was the thought process though?
Hey, yo.
Now I want to thought process. So, as you're when they ask, you're like, I'm about to let Susie touch this goddamn afro.
I just wanted to see the smile on her face when she did that. And I was like this, like, okay. All right.
What she say after? To this day, people ask to touch my hair, and I'd be like,
Well, Ralph,
You know what I'm talking about, though.
yeah, like
Like,
Don't
what is
try to
that?
spin out of this
What's
D
the-
block.
the-
This is
you
the
don't got no
content that
respect.
people want.
no, I was gonna say like we had
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask to touch
we had
the afro.
Atlanta artist Earth Gang on our show recently, right? And part of that conversation was just to talk about, why has Atlanta taken so much of the glory or the crown from New York? You raised in this culture, represent New York. What do you think New York needs to do to get back on top?
Get their soul back. We don't have no soul. We just doing it like, because we want to make money. And I shouldn't say, we realized that we can make money out of it, and we got really smart at it, which we should. But you also got is a balance. And I think that came up a couple of times while we were talking. You got to get that soul in. And the South was just bringing you that soul. You didn't even understand what it was. Sometimes I didn't even understand what they were saying. But I had to, like Lil Wayne would say, that's not my fault. You catch up with me, And I had to catch up with Lil Wayne, to understand what that soul was and that thing that he was putting on it. So once I started to realize what he was talking about and what he was doing, I was like, got it, And we just have to get back to that, talking that talk. Jay-Z talks about, when I talk that talk, that people listen, and you might not understand it. It's like you still trying to figure out what the hell Wu-Tang said on the first album.
No, I gave up. I just knew I wasn't. I knew one, it was some rah-rah shit for some 5%ers I wasn't gonna understand.
Peace, God.
Mathematics.
I'm such a fraud. I'm such a fraud. I be saying because I grew up my.
Now,
I
you
grew
don't know
up my
about the
dad.
36 chambers and what the chambers represent?
I have no idea what that shit means. No, that's no. The 36
shit.
chambers is fucking is
shit.
martial arts.
Mystery of chess boxing.
Shit.
No, it's martial arts. You know why? Because it's made up. That's why. Goddamn, a nigga in jail was like, nigga was like,
And he lived 2 houses away from Rakim.
he not a 5%er.
Well, Jace.
Muslimic. He's a Ramadanian. No, so I mean, because you're here and because this topic is so like, you know, it could have been coined, right? Like me and Nyla was talking about it, and it was like, this could have been coined because, like Nyla made a very good point. Currently, New York don't really matter.
Right.
It doesn't. Outside of Cardi and, you know, the small, huh?
The established artists.
Yeah, like it's outside of them, and those guys are all on the Dubai tour at this point. Like, you're right, like,
Right.
you know, they've, you know, which I love. I love that our artists have a space where, like, once they get to a certain level, they're still able to travel and do stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But do you see that coming home at all?
No. I don't see it coming home. I mean, there's moments right now that we're in, like, I'm surprised, you know, to be honest with you, when I see, you know, certain shows happen and it's an old school, quote unquote, old school show, classic hip hop, whatever you want to call it. But I don't see that happening. There's too much young energy moving that's going to move it into something else. Now, might it be a hybrid of one of those type of sounds? And we might feel like, oh, it's back. Maybe, but it will never be what we did. It won't be that. You know, I think that it's going to be whatever y'all come up with right now. Whoever's watching this who's 15 years old or whatever it is, if you like that beat and then you make it sonically sound like now, that's the problem. Like, cats come to me, you know, old school cats, and they come with the same sound from 1992. And I'm like, it can't sound like that now. Like, it can't sound like that. It has to sound sonically different. You know,
They still say, oh.
I don't care about the rap part, you know, but the overall sound of it in my ears.
Sounds very old.
Yeah, and it just has to feel like something that's happening right this minute. Whatever those sounds are, whatever you pick up on, you have to go to the spot, you know, like we said, and look at the young girls and look at the brothers dance and get motivated.
Look at Nyla. Look at Nyla. Look at Nyla.
All right, guys.
I'm sorry, Nyla. I'm sorry.
Appreciate you guys for tuning in to this episode of What Hip Hop Podcast.
Nyla said, I don't like
Uncle
that.
Ralph, thank you.
Ralph, thank you for coming by and dropping
Yeah.
knowledge.
I appreciate it. You know, anytime.